Fuck. Hi everybody, my name is Maya, and today I'm going to be giving you a review on the Black Girl Sunscreen. I'm really excited for this review because I've had this product for a while and I wanted to review it for a while. I went into a little slump around the time that I wanted to review this product. So summer's coming up, you know, this is a perfect time to review a sunscreen, especially a black-owned sunscreen at that. So before I get into the review, I just want to say that, you know, I already introduced myself as Maya, but I do makeup and beauty videos. So if you're interested in that, please check out my channel and the rest of my content. Otherwise, let's get into it. Okay, so I already introduced the product. This is the Black Girl Sunscreen, and that's also the product name, the company name, excuse me, Black Girl Sunscreen. So right now I have the company website up, blackgirlsunscreen.com. I'm trying to find the exact product that I have so I can tell you about it. I got it from Target. Okay, so the one that I have is the Black Girl Sunscreen SPF 30. On the company website, it's $18.99. At Target, I believe I paid $14 for it, but my mom went back to Target and got another one for herself, and she said she paid $16, so I don't know if the price went up in the time that I got mine and she got hers. But $14 to $16 is the range you can get it at Target specifically. I also imagine they would sell this at Ulta, and then you can also just order from the company website. They also have other products. They have one for kids for SPF 50. They have a matte one, which if I had known they had a matte one, I probably would have got that. They have a matte one, which is SPF 45. That was a little more expensive. That's $22. And they have an SPF 50. This is lotion. This is sunscreen lotion, and that's $18.99 as well. They also have a spray. They have a spray sunscreen, like with a spray nozzle, as opposed to the cream. But I'm gonna be reviewing the SPF 31. So this is their moisturizing sunscreen lotion for face and body. It's broad spectrum SPF 30, infused with jojoba oil and infused with jojoba and avocado. It's water resistant for 80 minutes, and it's oxybenzone and octinoxate free. Women in STEM. Okay, it's ultra sheer, leaves no white residue, and it's fragrance free, and there is 3 fluid ounces in this container. So when you look at the product on their website, it says sunscreen made by women of color for people of color because we get sunburn too. I did not know this was by women of color. I should have pieced that together because Black Girl Sunscreen, but I knew it was black owned. I didn't know it was black women owned. It's cruelty free, natural, vegan, and reef safe. Their little blurb under the product says, we have created a sunscreen for everyday use filled with natural ingredients that will protect your skin from the sun and doubles as a moisturizing lotion. Black Girl Sunscreen dries completely clear, so it's perfect to use before any outdoor activity or even under your favorite makeup products, which is what we're going to be testing today. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I actually have had this product for a few months now. I bought it. First of all, I don't know if sunscreen expires. Let me check. It should say it on the packaging, right? Okay, it doesn't look like, expires 06/24. Oh, so it's still good. I bought this roughly a year ago, and I didn't start using it till a few months ago. So I have already tried the product, but I haven't given a review or even like a review with makeup. I was supposed to, and then, you know, stuff with mental health, but that's in check. So now we're gonna do this now. I'm starting off with a clean face. I'm gonna put my hair up first before we get into this. Okay, I don't know where I left off because my camera was bugging, but clean face, no moisturizer, no nothing. I didn't even moisturize my lips. My lips are so dry right now, but I want to start with an absolute fresh face when I go into this. So I'm going to start by applying the sunscreen. I know there's a rule with sunscreen, like applying 2 fingers worth. I don't care. I'm not putting that much product on my face. I can't stand the feeling of that much product on my face. But I'm gonna be going out with a little dollop. this is the consistency of the sunscreen. It's not really runny. It's kind of, it's a cream consistency, and oh, okay, it was about to fall in my lap, but it's pretty, it's pretty thick. I think it's pretty thick. Like, it's not falling when I hold it upside down. So I'm gonna take a dollop on both my cheeks. That was a lot, oh my god. Both my cheeks, my forehead, and then this is a considerable amount of sunscreen. I feel like this is acceptable. And I'm taking a little more on my chin and my nose. And I have extra on my hands. So I'm just gonna rub this in. And this is what it looks like on my hands, right? But we're gonna rub everything in. And I'm using this, well, as sunscreen, obviously, but this is gonna be going under a face of makeup. So I'm testing to see what it's like under my makeup, to see if it'll make me any more oily or less oily, or if, you know, my makeup will like slide off or something. But I'm just gonna rub in until everything is clear. Doing a little bit on my eyelids because I know from experience if I get it in my eyes, it will make my eyes water. Alright, so this is the sunscreen all the way rubbed in. It's left my skin looking a little bit sheer, a little shiny, you know, which is what they said. They said it was sheer. This is why I wish I knew they had a matte one. I would have tried it. Because I really like a matte finish, especially if I'm going to be doing my makeup afterwards. The product feels pretty light. You can't really, I'm not going to say that you completely don't feel it there. Like, you definitely feel a layer of cream. It feels a little bit tacky. It's a little bit tacky. Right. It's a little tacky, but if you're going for a face of makeup, you know that tacky is good, especially as a primer. I'm next gonna go in with moisturizer just because I don't feel like this alone is moisturizing enough for me. But this is what it looks like, just the sunscreen on the face. No additional moisturizer, no moisturizer on my lips, which I still need moisturizer on my lips. They're so dry, oh my god. But this is what I look like, a little bit shiny. I do have a little gleam, a little glisten, which I don't particularly like. I know some people like the little gleam look, not me. I like a matte look. And also I get oily throughout the day, so I just prefer a matte, just matte products in general. For moisturizer, I'm going in with the Clean and Clear Dual Action, and I'm just applying this pretty lightly in the same areas I applied the sunscreen. And I use this moisturizer as a primer, pretty much. So I'm just going in with a moisturizer in addition to the sunscreen. This is just what I normally do every day. Now I feel a little more moisturized than when I did with the sunscreen. The sunscreen was just, I think the consistency was just a little too thick for me to feel like it was moisturizing, as opposed to the Clean and Clear. I'm gonna put a little bit of lip moisturizer on because my lips still feel really dry. And then I'm gonna go in with a face of makeup to really test how this holds up under a face of makeup, because I wear makeup pretty daily, if not weekly. So my plans for today, I'm gonna be doing my makeup off camera, but my plans aside from this video, I was gonna go out to do work, just to spend some time outside, but now I'm not gonna do that because I don't have a car to do that. I can still go out and do some work in my backyard, go read. So I'm gonna spend some time out in the sun, at least 2 hours, just to test out the sunscreen, to see how it is outside, out in the sun, to see how it reacts to the heat and stuff like that, and just to see what the finish of my makeup is like in the next 2 hours or so. Because it says it's water resistant. You know, I know you're supposed to reapply sunscreen. I don't reapply it because I feel like that's asking too much of me. Okay, the directions in the Black Girl Sunscreen says apply liberally 15 minutes before sun exposure, reapply after 80 minutes of swimming or sweating. Reapply at least every 2 hours. See? Okay, so we'll test it for 2 hours and see how it is. 2 hours outside. But this is how the finish looks like without makeup. This is if I were going out with a bare face, I would put on the sunscreen, I would put on my moisturizer, and this is how I would leave for the day. I actually should put some on my exposed skin. I just did my face. I should get everywhere else. So I'm gonna put a little bit on my ears. And my neck. And my shoulders. Usually if I'm wearing like revealing clothing, I'll put some on, you know, my neck, my chest, my shoulders, and I try to get the ears because they're out as well. But now I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna do a full face of makeup, face. I'm also doing an eye look. I'm doing a little pride eye look. I'm pretty sure the pride look will be up before the sunscreen video. If that's not the case, pretend I didn't say that. But if the pride video is up, you should go check it out. You should go check it out. I don't know what side it's on. It's on one side. Check out my video. Check out my video. I'm serious. Okay, so I'm gonna be going in with a full face makeup, eyes, face. I'll do a lip look. Then I'm gonna show you what the finish is like with the sunscreen underneath as a base. And then I'll go about my day, come back, give you an update on what the sunscreen is looking like, what it's doing, how it's reacting. And that'll be the video. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and I'll come back when I'm finished. All right, so this is the look I ended up doing. I did this for my By Pride video, which you should check out. You should check out to see what how I, you know. But my look is done. This is how my full face came out with the sunscreen underneath. It looks pretty much the same as when I do my makeup without the sunscreen, which is really nice. I also didn't mention this before, but after you like rub in all the sunscreen, there's really like no ghostly cast or anything. So for my black people, for my people of color, that's a really good plus. But the finish of my makeup is really nice. It's matte, because I told you before I like a matte finish. So once you know, set your face with the powder and everything like that, you don't have the glossiness from the sunscreen seeping out, which is a plus. I'm gonna go outside for a few hours, mainly 2 hours, because that's how long the Black Girl Sunscreen instructed for reapplication. I'm not gonna reapply because that would mean taking all of my makeup off and then reapplying, or just reapplying the sunscreen onto the makeup. No, not happening. But after 2 hours, I'm gonna come back in, show you what everything is looking like, and come to my final conclusions about the sunscreen. Just for context, the weather today, it's pretty warm. Right now it's 81 and it's sunny. So I'm just gonna go sit out in the sun, do some work, reply to emails, get up to date with some friends for 2 hours, and I'll come back, show you what I'm looking like, and that'll be that.
1 hour later.
Okay, let me tell y'all something. I tried to give y'all 2 hours. I really did. I tried my best, but there are monsters out there. Oh my gosh, I saw the biggest bee that I've ever seen in my entire life, went right back inside. I was like, okay, all right, wrap it up. I stayed out there for an hour. I stayed in direct sunlight the entire time, like no shade. It was just me sitting directly in the sun. So hopefully that chalks up enough of the sunscreen's efforts, you know? Because I feel like realistically, if you were out somewhere where there was sun exposure, you'd be moving around. It wouldn't always be 100% direct sunlight the whole time you were out. Or maybe, you know, you're in that situation. But I was out for the whole hour of direct sunlight. My face is sweating a bit. I don't know if you can tell at all. I mean, I do have a little bit of a glisten, especially on my nose. My nose is like the first place I get oil or like sweat or anything when I go outside. My forehead is a little bit moist, but you can't really tell, to be honest. So you can't, the sunscreen doesn't really make much of a difference in how my makeup application holds up in the weather, in the heat. This is usually how my makeup holds up when it's hot. Let me tell you, a full beat in full sun feels crazy. Oh my gosh. But I did the hour. This is what my face looks like afterwards. There's not much of a difference. I have a little bit of gleam. I don't know how noticeable it is to someone who like isn't into makeup that much, but it's noticeable to me. Skin still feels pretty matte. My forehead's a little wet right here because I'm sweating. Let me tell you, I was sweating bullets out there. I was sweating bullets, like, because I was sitting down too. My underboob, oh my god, I was like, I have to go inside. Like, after this video, it's shower time. But I think the sunscreen held up pretty well. So overall, especially for makeup users, this is a really good sunscreen, and makeup users of color, or even if you're not using makeup, just a sunscreen for people of color in general. I think it applies really nicely, and it's really good with not giving that white cast that you usually get with sunscreen. Doesn't make you look pale at all, and I think the property of it being a lotion as well really helps with that, with you not looking ashy or pale. I'm fine overall with how it applies on my face just by itself. I do notice that it's there though when like I apply it. It's not light enough where it's like, oh, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything, but it's okay. I think the weight of it is okay. It's not anything bothersome. Like, now that I have the makeup on and stuff, the weight between my makeup and the sunscreen is not differentiable at all. Like, now I'm very aware of how much makeup I have on my face. I can feel it, but with the sunscreen, it's not that heavy as like having a full face of makeup. I would say it's like in the middle weight wise, because it's not as heavy as a full face of makeup. It's not as light as the moisturizer I use. It's like right in the middle, which I think is okay for a sunscreen. Like, I'll suck it up. I'll have that weight on my face, especially for skin protection. So overall, I like the Black Girl sunscreen. I have been using it pretty consistently for maybe a month and a half now, and I still have a lot left. Like, the bottle is still pretty much full. It's like right here. So this does last you a very long time. Okay, well, I also only apply it to like my face and upper body. I don't do it an entire body application of sunscreen. I'm sure if you do your whole body in sunscreen every single day, it will go out faster. But I think I've mainly used this for my face because it doesn't leave a white cast. I feel like if I had a white cast on my body, it wouldn't be as big of a pain as it being like on my face and make me look ghostly. The price point, I don't know much about sunscreen price points to really talk about the price. I know this is a little pricey. Like, I know there are cheap sunscreens, but then you have to like weigh the pros and cons of like the quality of the sunscreen, you know? So this was let me see how much it is on Target's website. It's $16 now at Target. The SPF 30 one is $15.99 at Target, and the matte SPF 50 is also $15.99 at Target. Good to know. When I do run out of this, or just maybe if I'm feeling a little quirky, I would go get the matte one to try that and see if it applies different, or if it feels different on my face. I'm really curious how a matte sunscreen would feel. I would imagine the application, well, I mean, this application is not dewier than my usual application. Like, this is usually how my makeup looks when I'm finished with it. So, makeup wise, I feel like it wouldn't make a difference, but like the way it feels, I'm sure it would look better. And the finish, like when I didn't have any makeup on, it was just the sunscreen, that would probably be less dewy than how this one looked. But that pretty much concludes my review of the Black Girl Sunscreen. I do really like it, and I appreciate that it doesn't have that white cast. That's the main attribute that I would like a sunscreen to have, because I can't be going around looking pale. I'm not sure if there are other black owned sunscreens. I know there are other sunscreens that do work really well on POC skin. I've seen some people try them on TikTok. Don't know them off the top of my head, but for the Black Girl Sunscreen, I definitely approve. It's Black Girl approved, Black Girl Sunscreen. $15.99 at Target for the 30 SPF. That pretty much concludes my review for the Black Girl Sunscreen. I hope you guys found it helpful in your decision in choosing what kind of sunscreen you want. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel to lend some extra support, and check out my other content as well. I make makeup as well as beauty videos. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video.